Hi everybody, welcome to Yoga with Laura Kate. This is your easy beginner flow. So if you haven't done yoga before or you just want a simpler flow, this is the perfect place to start. Let's begin sitting cross-legged onto the mat. Make sure your spine is straight and shoulders are relaxed, away from ears. Muscles in the face are soft. Let's switch on our breathing now to trying to breathe all the way into the bottom of the belly throughout the entire class. A few more deep breaths. Let's begin with some neck rolls, gently rolling the head from side to side, up and down, making sure that if you go one way, that you do go the other, breathing heavily. Inhale, placing your left hand onto the floor, lift up and over with the right arm. See if you can bring that elbow slightly behind you and just spiral the spine. Exhale and then moving on to the other side. Make sure you're grounded in both seated bones. Coming onto all fours now. Make sure your wrists are underneath shoulders, knees hip distance. Coming into cat-cow. So exhale, lift the belly up, look towards your navel. And then inhale, push the belly down towards the floor as you rise up with the gaze. One more time. Tucking the toes, let's lift up into our first downward facing dog. So just bending the knees one at a time, getting into the hamstrings, pressing the chest back. Making any small movements that you'd like to make. Just making sure that the tailbone's reaching all the way up towards the sky. Continue to breathe heavily here, all the way into the bottom of the lungs. Gently pressing both heels down towards the floor. See if you can press back even further. Inhale here, and we're going to round the spine forward into a plank position. Make sure spine is straight. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, lifting up, upward facing dog or cobra. Option to bend the knees when we lower down from the plank position. Tucking the toes as we lift up the hips into downward facing dog. Looking forward, and let's step to the top of the mat. Relaxing the chest and head down. If you need to bend in your knees, then holding your elbows and then gently swaying from side to side. Taking the arms behind the back, interlace the fingers. Open the shoulders by bringing the hands forward. Bend the knees to get the connection between the chest and the thighs. Inhale very gently, let's swoop up with the bent knee all the way to standing, coming into a little back bend, placing the hands on the lower spine and open the chest. Very gently forward fold, all the way back down. Inhale and swoop all the way up to standing, rising the hands over the head. Exhale, hands to heart center, and then rising up again, slight back bend. Exhale, swan dive all the way back into our forward fold. Inhale, lift the head and jump, or option to step back here. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, completely your choice. Inhale, lift the hips, tuck the toes, and returning back to downward facing dog. Every time trying to get those heels deeper and deeper towards the mat. Inhale, jump or step forward to the top of the mat. And we're going to exhale, release. Big inhale, reach all the way to standing. Hands to heart center. And again, inhale, swooping up. Exhale, forward fold. Should be feeling slightly warmer now. From here, we're going to step back with our right foot coming into a low lunge, relaxing the right toes, and then interlace the fingers, press the left knee forward. Relax your shoulders and just sink the hips slightly down. Be gentle. Inhale, swooping the arms up, tucking the right toes, and see if you can lift up into high lunge. Option to stay with the knee down. Hold here with strong legs. Keep your breath strong, never hold the breath. Option to keep the knee up or dropping the right knee down, coming into a gentle twist to that left side, so lifting up with the left hand. Feeling the twist in the core, not the hips. Placing the left hand back down to the mat, we're going to inhale, lift up the right knee and pivot the foot to the floor as we lift up with our right arm. Breathing strong and trying not to get the chest or the waist to lie on the legs. Use your core, use your arm muscles here. Exhale, placing the right hand down. Let's do that again on the opposite side. If you want to, dropping the right knee down or lifting. Breathing deep. Placing your left hand down one more time, opening up to that right side. Lead with the heart. If you need to drop the neck down, if there's tension on the neck, you can always drop it down. From here, let's see if we can rise that right arm up and over, so it's going towards the top of the mat here. Energy through the fingers. Inhale. And we're going to lift up into our warrior two position. Sink down in the left knee. Coming into extended side angle, so placing the left forearm onto the leg as we bend the left knee, lift up and over with the right hand. Coming into reverse, so sliding the right arm down the leg, lift away from the hips as we bend into our side. Exhale, coming back to warrior two, and then into our extended warrior. Flowing with your breath. Use your core muscles to inhale, lift back to warrior two, and then turning both of the feet to the right side now, so both feet facing forward. Inhale, rising up with the hands, and exhale, forward fold into a wide angle. So from here, taking the either side of the ankles and drawing the chest through the legs. If your head touches the floor, slightly bring the feet in. Relax the head and neck. Coming into just a gentle twist, placing the left hand onto the right foot as we twist up and open here. Coming over to the opposite side, so with your right hand holding onto the outside of the left ankle and twisting all the way up and round. Remembering to breathe. Twists are very detoxifying for your body, but they only work if you breathe, so amp up that breath as much as you can. Coming back to center, both hands to the floor, maybe one last pull of the chest through the legs. And then very gently take a big inhale, rising all the way up, head the last thing to come up, rising the arms and releasing down. So we're going to come onto the other side, reversing that sequence, but just onto the right leg now. So bending into our warrior two here. Placing the right forearm onto the thigh as we reach up and over, this time all the way, fingers to the top. Bend into your right knee. Feeling the separation between the chest, the body and the thigh here, try not to sink down. Rising back up and sending that left arm all the way down the leg. Keep the bend in the right leg here. Inhale, coming back to warrior two and placing your right forearm back onto the leg. One last time on this side, reaching all the way up. Deep breaths, strong legs. Coming into reverse, so sliding that left arm down the leg and lifting up and bending the right knee. Returning back to warrior two here, placing the left hand where the left foot would naturally be. Inhale, lift up and open to that right side. Option to drop the left knee if you need. On an exhalation, placing the right hand down to the floor and lifting up with your left hand. Open the chest. Exhale, placing the left hand back to the floor, pivot the toes back forward and inhale, lift up. I'm dropping my knee down for this sequence, but you have the option to stay up if you need. Couple more breaths. See if you can press the hips more forward and open the chest more. Be strong in the shoulders. And then from here, tucking the left toes and inhale, rising up to a high lunge position. Be strong in the legs, bending the right knee, energy through the fingers. Lowering down with the left leg now, placing the hands to the top of the mat and coming to stand all the way back into downward facing dog. Look forward and either jump or step to the top of the mat. Exhale, release everything down. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands down. Come now into a wide-legged position, toes facing out, heels in. Let's slide down and open into our wide squat position. Sinking the hips, keeping the chest up high. Let's bring the hands up and over the head. Staying strong here. Inhale, lift. And coming to stand at the top of the mat. Vinyasa flow, so inhale, rising up with the hands. Exhale, forward flow all the way down. Crown of the head lifts and jump or step back into a plank position. Option to bend the knees here as we bend down, chaturanga, upward facing dog or cobra, and then lifting the hips back into downward facing dog. Well done. Taking a few deep breaths here, pressing the chest back. Inhale, swooping the right leg up and back. Let's bend the knee and open the hips, stack them on top of each other. And that right foot should be flexed here. Squaring the hips now, bringing the right knee all the way to the chest, dropping the right foot down to the floor. Release the left knee. And you're going to heel toe the right foot out to the corner of the mat and then place both hands inside the foot. Option to stay on the hands, or if you want to go a bit further, placing both forearms down and relaxing the head here. Try and breathe into the pose and not let the mind wander. Couple more breaths, stay strong. Inhale, rising to the hands if you're not already there. We're going to bend the left leg. So see if you can twist round to the right side with the right hand and pull the leg in. I understand this pose may be a little tricky for the hamstrings and the quads. So just go to whatever you feel works for you today. Releasing the left leg, placing both hands in, taking a big swoop, reaching your right leg all the way up to a three-legged dog. Shake the leg out if you need, pressing the chest back, open the legs. Exhale. If you'd like to, opt to vinyasa or staying in down dog or coming into a child's pose. And then everyone meeting back in downward facing dog. Coming on to the other side now. Taking a big inhale, we're going to bring that left leg now up all the way to the sky and then open the hips, so stack them on top of each other and flex the foot. If you'd like to, looking under the left armpit for an extra twist. Squaring the hips off, let's bring the left knee all the way to the chest and then place it outside. Placing both hands inside the foot, either staying onto the hands or coming all the way down to the forearms. Relax the head, relax the neck. Make sure the muscles in your face are soft and you're not clenching the jaw here. Inhaling, rising back to the hand, and then bending that right knee into you. Open the chest over to that left side. Doesn't matter the hand doesn't touch the foot, just aiming to get that way. Breathing softly here. Returning back, the hands on the mat. Taking a big swoop, let's inhale back to downward facing dog. And again, you have an option to vinyasa, staying in down dog or coming into a child's pose. If you are vinyasaing, exhale, let's lower chaturanga, upward facing dog or cobra. Relax the shoulders. And then inhale, tucking the toes, lifting the hips, downward facing dog. Option to lion's breath here, so inhaling through the nose and a loud exhale through the mouth. Looking forward towards the hands, let's jump or step forward back into a forward fold. And then from here, swooping the arms up and exhaling down into a chair position, so sinking the bottom, tuck the tailbone, bend the knees, make sure you can still see your big toes. Very gently bring the bottom all the way to the floor as we lift up into half boat pose. Option to bend the knees or you can straighten the legs. 10 times dropping one foot and then the other. 7, 6, 5, 4, lift the core, 3, 2, and 1. And then from here, crossing the legs and coming in to Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. Placing the soles of the feet together. Let's very gently push the knees out. Chest comes forward. Be very careful here. Interlacing the fingers now, we're going to place them underneath the feet. And then just gently pulsing the knees out, closing the eyes if you wish. Making sure your jaw is relaxed. Extending now your left leg out to the side, bring your right foot into the pelvis. Slide the right hand down, see if you can touch the foot and lift up and over with the right arm. Try and swivel the chest open so you're not facing the ground here. Feel the stretch in the lower back. Inhale and changing the side here, so bringing your left foot now in towards the pelvis, extending the right foot, keeping the right foot flexed, and lifting up and over. Lifting up and over now, we're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold. So just keeping the legs as straight as you can, feet flexed. Doesn't matter how far you can go, as long as the legs are straight and the feet are flexed. Big inhale as we rise all the way up and come to bring the feet together here. For an easier way to get into a forward fold, take your 2 index fingers, hold your big toes and sort of wibble the bottom backwards, trying to keep the connection between the chest and the thighs. Relax the head, relax the shoulders. The hands can't touch, use a strap for this pose. Inhale, rising up. Placing the hands behind the back, inhale, lift the hips and rise up. Drop the head back as much as you can as you lift the hips towards the sky. Exhale, release down and come to lie all the way onto your back. Give yourself a big hug. Just rocking from side to side, giving the sacrum a little bit of a massage here. Coming into a supine twist, so crossing the right leg over left, turning the gaze all the way to the right side. Release everything down, close the eyes. Changing to the opposite side, so bringing the legs over to the right, turning your gaze all the way to the left. Coming back out and then coming into final shavasana. You're welcome to make any final movements here and then giving yourself a well-deserved rest, lying relaxed. Well done guys, you did so well today. Don't forget, if you like, please subscribe and like. Thanks so much guys, namaste.